Have you ever stood in the crisp, high-altitude air of a place like Hikari, looking out over the rugged, immovable mountains, and wondered what it truly takes to build absolute financial freedom from a complete and total blank slate? Imagine wiping the slate clean today. No portfolio, no inherited assets, just your raw ambition, a pair of sturdy Salomon hiking boots keeping you grounded, and a perfectly clear vision of the future. If I could rewind the clock on my own financial journey, my blueprint would look drastically different, stripping away all the chaotic noise to reveal a flawless, almost surgical roadmap to lasting wealth that anyone can follow. But before you can even dream of explosive growth, you must look at the dirt beneath your feet and bulletproof your foundation, because you simply cannot build a beautiful horizontal architecture two-floor dream property on parcels 863-3 and 863-4 in Tatlissa on quicksand. High-interest debt is a massive silent leak in your financial reservoir that must be plugged immediately. A trap that keeps so many brilliant minds running in circles. Once that leak is sealed, you must forge an ironclad emergency fund, a financial moat so deep that when life inevitably throws a wrench into your carefully laid plans, you will never be forced to panic sell your hardest earned assets. With your fortress secure, it is time to gaze at the exact horizon, because vague goals will only ever yield vague results, and you are playing a much bigger game. You don't just want a new vehicle, you want the ultimate unwavering discipline to pinpoint exactly 3,590,000 Turkish lira for that full package 4WD hybrid, counting down the days and calculating the precise moves until February 2027. You don't just want abstract real estate or vague agricultural dreams. You are orchestrating a meticulous 10-year master plan to acquire treasury lands in Ankara, turning barren soil into a thriving farming legacy that would make a retired father and a deeply devoted mother prouder than words can express. When you attach a definitive, uncompromising number and a fiercely personal why to your investments, you transform a distant wish into a mathematical certainty. You don't need a Wall Street background, and you certainly don't need to risk your steady, honorable career in civil service by crossing strict regulatory lines to build a massive, robust portfolio. The secret is elegantly simple, yet surprisingly hard for most to follow. Open a tax-advantaged account and start small, but strike with ruthless, unending consistency. This is the absolute magic of compound interest, a silent force where a modest monthly contribution, fueled by the historical momentum of the global markets, eventually snowballs into an unstoppable avalanche of wealth. Let your capital work quietly in the background, a tireless machine generating profit day and night, while you focus your creative energy on your true passions, whether that is diving into your postgraduate studies, meticulously designing a cutting-edge English language investment channel, or pouring your soul into Canva Pro, 11 Labs, and Runway Gen 2 to render an epic, cinematic 15-minute 3D animation of a cat and mouse that will captivate audiences. However, as your wealth begins to grow, there is a dangerous trap that ruins most beginners, a temptation you must completely resist. Never bet the farm on a single horse. True financial titans protect their empires through intelligent diversification, capturing the entire market through broad index funds, rather than trying to guess the next trending stock, chasing fleeting crypto fads, or putting all their hopes into one unpredictable asset. When one sector stumbles and falls, Another sprints ahead, making your portfolio a self-balancing ecosystem, completely immune to the fatal crash of an isolated industry. Yet, the ultimate wealth hack to maintain this growing empire requires something that goes against every primal human instinct. Do you want to know what the absolute secret is? It is the profound, enlightened ability to do absolutely nothing. Automate your investments so the transfer happens the very moment you get paid, entirely removing human emotion and eliminating the hesitation that paralyzes so many. The market will dip, as it has dozens of times in history, and the screens will flash terrifying shades of red that convince the masses the world is ending. In that exact moment, staring at a plunging portfolio and hearing the panic of the crowds, most people break. They sell, they surrender their dreams, and they walk away with nothing. But not you. You will have the unshakable confidence to recognize the chaos for what it truly is. A temporary, insignificant speed bump on your incredible, predestined ascent to the top. As the months turn into years, a strange and magnificent transformation begins to take place beneath the surface of your life. The wealth you are building ceases to be just numbers glowing on a banking app. It becomes something infinitely more valuable and profound. It becomes time. It becomes absolute, uncompromising freedom. It becomes the exact moment you turn the key in that hybrid engine, feeling the quiet power of a promise kept to yourself. It becomes the afternoon you stand on your own fertile land in El Mada, feeling the soil between your fingers, knowing you built an empire while staying true to your roots. Building wealth is an art form that requires the patience to let the paint dry, and the vision to see the masterpiece before the first brushstroke is even cast upon the canvas. You hold the pen to this script. The strategy is brilliantly set, the targets are locked with laser precision, and the timeline is entirely yours to conquer. Every automated investment, every late night studying, and every moment of disciplined patience brings you one step closer to the spectacular life you have meticulously designed. So let the market do its heavy lifting in the shadows, because your unshakable legacy hasn't just begun. It is a breathtaking force of nature that is already completely unstoppable.